Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Yates here. So for this tutorial, it's still inspiring on from the new up-and-coming film for next month, The Great Gatsby, which I'm overly excited about, as you can see with all the makeup going on there. So the character that I'm going to be creating for this tutorial is Isla Fisher's character in the film, which is Myrtle. So I don't know anything much about the character at all, but hopefully I should be able to see. I've not read the books or anything, but no doubt that I'll find out soon. But anyway, this is the whole creation of this look, so enjoy! Okay then, so what I've done already for you is applied the foundation on. So if you're not sure on applying the foundation right for this kind of sort of cinematic kind of look there, if you go to the first video, which is The Great Gatsby, which is the Alice character, then it will just give you a more of a better idea on the contouring and highlighting and things. But we're going to skip through that and just make a start on the eyebrows first next. So with Isla Fisher's eyebrows, because she's a natural redhead already, we want to also create that little bit more of a reddish kind of sort of medium browny colour in there for you as well. So if I can just grab my angle brush, which is just here all along. So what I'm going to do is just use a mixture of this blush as well, which is from Decay. It's more like a rougey kind of one. I can't remember the name of it, but you can use any sort of like red matte eyeshadow for this one. And if I grab my special eyebrow palette here, so I'm going to be using Embark in this one as well, which is this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of that first. Unfortunately, I'm not a natural redhead, well, neither a redhead obviously, but if you are planning to sort of, you know, use a red wig or anything like that, or if you've got quite brunette hair and you want to add something a little bit more sharper in there, you can do. So with her eyebrows as well, they're a little bit more precise and angular as well, so I'm going to really sort of define the shape of this as well. So just going along the brow. Always creates that foundation bit, and then going upwards there. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the red in that as well. So as you can see, it starts to build that up a little bit, and you can always use your little mascara one just to blend that in as well. But as you can see, it starts to really give that redness off there for you as well. So what I'm doing is just calming down a little bit of the red in there, so it's not too red. And what I'm also doing is just extending the brow out as well. So it's got that really dramatic kind of look to it as well. So it used to be in the 20s where it would always extend out to the temple. It makes them really quite exaggerated. Okay, what I'm going to do first before putting the eyeshadow on is apply the paint pot, which is in Painterly, or Patively, I always forget the name, and just blend that all over the lid on top of the brow bone as well. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the eyeshadows next. I'm just going to be using a mixture like I have done before. So a little bit with the Naked palette, and also a little bit with the new Oz Great and Powerful one as well. So I'm going to be using Theodora's palette. A little bit of that, which you can see here. So as you can see, they're really beautiful colours as well. So I absolutely love these so much. Both of them I absolutely love. So I'm going to be using the lighter colour, which is Broken, which is this one here. So I'm going to use that on the brow bone, and a little bit on the inner corners, and then on sort of the top of the eyeball as well. Take a little bit of that, and then just apply that over there. Ooh, excuse me, turn my mirror slightly, that's it. Alright, so the next colour I'm going to use is Beware from that same palette there. So I'm just going to be using it just on the crease of the eye and then going on the outside as well, so it creates that little blend of smokiness there as well. So it's a gradual build-up of the colour. So again, I'm just blending it from there, but making sure that it's really soft at the same time. But obviously this is a little bit more stronger. Okay, so from that same palette, I'm going to be using Bewitched and blend that with Beware. So it just creates that nice blend there, but it's a little bit more deeper and defined as well. So I'm just going to use my fluffy brush and apply that just on the inner rims out there. As you can see, it just builds that up gradually and just blends in lovely with the colour. And then I'm just going back in with the Beware, just to blend that within the Bewitched in there for you, so you can see that the colours just pop out a little bit more nicely as well. So that's the thing, I love Isla Fisher from Home and Away, because I used to remember as a kid watching it over and over again, especially around about lunchtime and at tea time as well. I don't know if any of you remember, but I used to love that show, and she was actually one of my favourite characters in Home and Away as well as Angel, but I did love Shannon, definitely. But I don't know about you, she really reminds me of Ariel from The Little Mermaid, that sort of, the red hair and everything else, and that really sort of beautiful kind of features as well from her. So I really wanted to be her when I was a little girl, because I thought she was just so beautiful. So I can just imagine the Home and Away song. You know we belong together. You know it. You and I forever and ever. I won't go on because that'll probably be really embarrassing, but there you go. But I think she's just absolutely stunning as well. And I can't wait to see her in the film and what her character's going to be like as well. Okay, so using the two same colours, I'm going to be using Beware underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to blend that right along here and there. Okay, now I'm going to use Bewitched, but I'm just going to use it on the outside corners of the eyes and then just blending in towards the centre. So a little bit more of a darker, smokier feel underneath as well. Ooh. Don't want them dribbling underneath. But again guys, if you feel like that you can't more or less do the smoky eyes with the foundation on, then do the eyes before you do the foundation. So it just goes in from there. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with an eyeliner in the waterline of the eye. So I'm just going to be using a medium pencil in Hex from Illamasqua. So I'm just going to pop that, excuse me, around the waterline of the eye ready. So let's pull that down, apply that on. So what it will do is just make the eyes a little bit more bigger as well, because when you've got so much heavy makeup on, you want to make sure it's really nice and bright and vibrant. And also it just counteracts the redness around the eye as well, so you want to make them look as fresh as possible. You don't want them to look blotchy or tired, which is very important. Okay then, so I'm just going to apply the eyeliner on ready as well. So I'm just going to be using Illamasqua's Ink Presision in Aybass, I think that's what it's called, but I'll pop it down at the bottom anyway, as you will see. So I'm just going to apply that on top of the lash line as well. And I'm just going to create it quite fine, but then create a little bit of thickness around there. And just a little bit of a flick on the outside as well. Not too much, but just a slight little bit coming out from there. So here goes. So it's just starting a little bit and then gradually building it up as you go. I mean, you can use like a liquid liner if you want to, or you could use like the fluid gel line as well. It depends what feels best for you as well, though. But I'm just going to use this one for this look because it creates a little bit more definition around there as well. And if you want it to last longer, this eyeliner is absolutely brilliant to use. So making sure it's in the inner corners, very important. And then with the flick, I tend to do it from the outside, just following the waterline. Make sure it's quite fine pointed. You don't want any bobby bits on there, or bobbly bits rather. Just doing a little bit at a time, so that way you can have a look in the mirror and see where you're going. Just around about there, I think. I think that's probably enough. And then, as soon as you're happy with that, just gently bring that across to that bit there. And then you can have a look, and then once you're happy, you can fill that in, or you can just make a few little tweaks and a few alterations while you're there. Okay, so I'm going to move on now to the eyelashes. So I'm going to be using these ones from Salon System. They're in 149. So as you can see, if I can pull that forward and back for you. So it's a little bit more fine around the edges, but then just around on the outside it's a little bit more thicker as well. So with hers, they're quite defined, but a little bit more thicker and a little bit more stronger in a way. So you've got a little bit of a happy medium there, which is what these lashes are. So I'm just going to apply these on ready. So you can see the difference already. So I'm just going to go in with the other ones now. Okay, so now the eyelashes are nice and dry and secure, and what I've done is put a little bit more of the liquid eyeliner around there just to hide the spinal rim of the actual eyelash. It just makes it a little bit more natural looking. So I'm going to be using number 17 Dollod Mascara just to go with the eyelashes and your natural ones as well. Really creates that nice, beautiful fullness there. I'm quite impressed with these because I bought these today not knowing if they were going to be any good, but to my pleasant surprise they're actually very good. Alright, I'm just going to pop some on the bottom of the lashes ready. So just gently just massaging them through. And with this one you can use a little bit more if you want to as well, so because this one's a little bit more heavier you can really sort of go in with it as well. It's more a case of massaging it in. So now the eyes are done, I'm going to be moving on to do a little bit more of a heavier contour on the cheekbones especially. So I'm just going to be using the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Powder, and that's in a medium dark. So just bearing in mind that with Isla Fisher's skin tone is a little bit more fairer as well, same as mine. But what we're going to do is just add a little bit more definition in there as well, so it's a little bit more sharper, a little bit more noticeable. So I'm just going to go in there with a brush. And then just using the trout pose. Just go along there. Once you're happy, you know where it is, then you can stop the pose. You don't have to hold it for that long, don't worry. So you don't look ridiculous. So, once you've done that, just blend that upwards. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing next is just creating a little bit of a soft blusher on the cheeks ready. So I'm just going to be using a corally kind of colour there. So this is this one from Nye. I think it's called Coral from this one, but you can use any sort of like coral blusher from either like MAC or Illamasqua. It will still be the same as well, but as long as it's quite matte, so it just keeps it natural looking as well. Okay, so just taking a little bit excess off if it's a bit too bright, but with these Nye ones, they are very, very bright, so do be careful when you're applying these on as well. So same like with the one I've used on the eyebrows, just using it on its own is just strong enough, so do be careful. So big smiles. And blending that upwards. Alright then, so now I'm going to move on to the lips next. So what I'm going to do is just line them ready, just using the Illamasqua medium pencil in Feisty. So it's a nice bright kind of red there, which is what Isla Fisher's lips are like in the film. So I'm just going to apply that just around the edges of the lips as well. In the picture, on the top of the lips there, I don't know whether you can actually see it close up for yourself, but it looks like that it's been a little bit drawn over the lips as well, so I'll try and do that subtly but not quite as obvious there. But I mean, she's got lovely lips anyway, but for me my lips are not that great, so they're not going to look that gorgeous as hers, but I will try my best. So just going over. And back in the 1920s as well, that the lip shape used to be more almost like a Cupid's bow kind of lip, so it was a little bit more sharper around the top area there, so it was a little bit more defined around there. But hers is a little bit more upwards and a little bit more rounded slightly at the top. So here we go. So as you can see, I'm just gently rounding that off so it's not too much like a clown, which we don't want to create a clown look, so it's more or less exaggerating the top lip of this as well. So as you can see the difference between the two, so I'll finish that side off. Okay, so now that I'm happy with the shape, I'm just going to go in and colour the lips in with the lip pencil. So most importantly, it stops the lipstick from bleeding out as well, so it lasts longer. I just love these pencils as well because they are brilliant to use on the lips and also on the sort of like an eyeshadow shape as well, or a little bit on the brows, which I could have used on there actually, but mind you, I'm going to keep it more or less a little bit more subtly. Okay, and now for the lipstick as well. So I'm going to be using something that's a little bit more red, but close up on the lips, it's a little bit more like an orangey kind of red colour, which is quite different, but I don't know whether they've used that lipstick to really enhance the sort of like the auburn colour of her hair. So I'm going to be using MAC's Lady Danger, which I think is everybody's favourite lipstick at the moment. It's so popular. So I'm just going to apply that on ready and go over the area that we've been in. Just a little bit on the inner rimms of the lips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just apply around the edges this lip liner pencil, which is the super saturated one from Decay in Theodora from the Oz Great and Powerful collection. So I'm just going to apply that around sort of the rims in there, but it has that lovely glossiness as well. Okay, so that's the makeup all complete now. So what I'm going to do, like I've done before, is just add the finishing touches to the look. Okay everybody, so that is the complete look with all the accessories that I've put on there. So I've managed to curl my hair, and I've got one of these scarves around there around the head, what Isla Fisher wears as well. So that is the complete look for her character as Myrtle in The Great Gatsby. So I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I'm hoping to do another one as well, comparing with the whole film for you. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, bye!